For more, we're joined now by Behnam Ben Taleblu, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy, is joining us from Washington, D.C. Behnam, thanks for being with us on The Rundown today. It seems these all started as some sort of a news leak, but now here we hear the U.S. president himself confirming that he has told Israel not to strike Iran. How could statements like this impact the future of nuclear talks, as they say that they do want to go into this sixth round of nuclear talks?
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you. I mean, they have the space, these stories do have the space to create a political impact as well as a technical impact on the talks. But most importantly, I think it's important not to make a mountain out of a molehill. Look, the Iranians are looking to put as much distance between the Israelis and the Americans as possible. They're looking to find ways to draw down the credibility of the American and Israeli military deterrent. But on the other hand, I think it's worth noting that President Trump's position has not changed, whether this stuff comes from a leak or from an official statement or from his own mouth, just as you showed in the video. The president, even before entering office on term one, when he campaigned, he talked about buying bad deals and making them into good deals. So diplomacy should not shock us that it is his preferred option. And just because the president, with respect to waving off a strike or telling the Israelis to hold off, saying that now, that does not mean that that will be the case forever, as he explained in the video just recently. So if the Iranians are looking to score a political win off of one comment or one footnote, I think they would be mistaken, particularly if they're looking at President Trump's otherwise quite strong track record on Israel.
When it comes to Israel, though, when it comes to Iran's nuclear capabilities, does Israel have the capabilities to wipe out Iran's nuclear capabilities without this U.S. support, even some sort of a defensive U.S. support to support actions like this? Could Israel commit this without the U.S. backing?
Well, no doubt the Israelis would want, it doesn't matter if they don't even need, but they would want the Americans to come in to support their already well-layered air and missile defense architecture in case the regime does choose to respond. And make no mistake, I do think the regime is preparing a potential military response if there is even a limited attack on its nuclear program. But if you had to ask me technically, militarily, I think the Israelis can destroy permanently any above-ground missile, military, nuclear, political, what have you facility that is a above ground facility. When it comes to the two known subterranean enrichment facilities and the one future centrifuge production plant that is allegedly going to be deeper underground, even more deeper than Fordo, that's where you do want the American bunker buster bombs.
Behnam, for the future of these nuclear talks, then, it seems that they are going forward as both the U.S. and Iran wants them to continue for now. What does it happen with the issue of enrichment? How can this main issue between the two sides be solved if this is still kind of the main sticking point, it seems, in negotiations?
Well, as you mentioned, enrichment right now, the domestic enrichment of uranium in Iran is at the heart of the matter. And the only way you can have a deal or even a framework for a deal happen very quickly is if that which one of these sides, the Americans or the Iranians, are saying in public is not that which they're saying in private. Now, just today, you've had reports from Reuters confirming a story, I think from late last week, about a potential offer by Iran or from the Omani mediators on behalf of Iran to pause enrichment briefly. I think, that would be at this point in time, given how advanced the nuclear program is in 2025, given the knowledge base gains, a pause in enrichment without any kind of verifiable transparency measures would be just that. It would be a pause that the Iranians would be looking to use to get past snapback and to also not have to give in on their two almost and a half decades of violations of the Comprehensive Safeguard Agreement.
All right, Behnam Ben Taleblu joining us from Washington, D.C. Thank you for your analysis as always.
Thank you.